Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm super excited to go over this because I feel like this is like a main topic that a lot of people come to me and they say that they think they're being too much in their stories, or they're not explaining the products enough, or they just feel like they're not bringing as much value as they can in their stories when it comes to talking about products. Um, but I'm going to find my notes. Okay, so these are Christiana notes. I'm going to kind of bounce off of hers. But she talks about mixing up her pictures. So when she posts her products, she doesn't always do the same thing. So I do notice in her stories, she'll use boomerangs, reels, slow mo, fast forward. She even includes like, you can include your kids, you can include like animals into your posts. Um, just honestly adding your life on top of sharing the products is huge because they're not buying the products, they're buying you. Um, Also, she sometimes puts in her polls, she talks about making a poll. So having them choose like your flavor of shake, like a DFT. Sometimes we rotate that. And so you could always have your audience vote on there. It's sort of how I see who's watching my stories. It's kind of being sneaky, being like, okay, you don't have to vote on something like buying, but you can help me choose my 3 steps. And it kind of brings um, I guess more people to your stories. She adds music. I do add music. So when I do my shakes, sometimes I would just share like the mug itself, but sometimes I will actually like show the color of my shake. I feel like that brings in a lot of new people because sometimes it's just like white, sometimes it's brown, sometimes it's like purple or it looks like a pretty color. I'll actually like pour it into my mug and I'll play music in the background. And that kind of brings in new potentials because then they're like, oh, what is that? Like, why is it purple? Or, it kind of brings curiosity to like your shake, even though it's super simple and they're really good and they look really good when I'm pouring it in. So that's a good idea. She also talks about, let's see, she talks about sharing your boost shot with your shake. So I do that in the morning. So I will take a picture about when I'm about to take my boost. And the green color actually brings in people into my inbox. They're like, what is that? Like, does it taste weird? But like, it brings a conversation. I explain what the product does. And yeah, okay. So on mine, I talk about posting about how you feel. So there's different ways to promote the products without feeling super repetitive. But I do want you guys to remember when you're sharing your stories, it's totally okay to feel like you're being repetitive. So I say like the way I talk about my products are probably pretty much the same. Sometimes I switch it up, but I feel like I am super repetitive and I feel like I'm being super annoying. But there are new eyes on your stories, right? Every single day you do your IPAs, which you should be doing your IPAs, um, you're going to have new eyes into your stories. And so those new people are going to be on your stories. They're going to see your products. And they're going to be like sometimes I share in the morning just my capsules. And I feel like I just take a picture of it. Sometimes I like drop it on the ground or whatever it is, like a boomerang. And I don't put like any information there. Someone new is going to pop on there and they're going to be like, what are those? And you're not sharing like what's the products because you feel like you're being super repetitive. But in reality, someone's going to pop on there and they're going to be like, ooh, what's that purple package? Or what's that, blue package if you take men's capsules, you're going to put like a little information in there. Even if you feel repetitive, sharing what's in the products, what the products do, there are new people always watching you. Um, so it's totally okay to feel repetitive or feel super annoying. I know I do. Sometimes I share stuff and I'm like, I probably am annoying, but like you said, or like I said, you get new people into your stories. I love showing the backside of the products. I love that. Yeah, they're like, huh, like what is, yeah, what is that? Um, okay, so feeling like you're going overboard, which is something that like in the title of this team Zoom, um, remember to space out your posts. So this is something that I started sharing with some of my girls. I noticed that they would do like talking stories, and I know that's totally okay to share like using the products and then um, talking about the products. Like I did this morning, I talked about my capsules and I waited a couple hours because if you post too much at once, the algorithm kind of works against you. So people are going to see like one part of your story and not the rest of them because the algorithm works that way. Make sure your posts are readable. I know sometimes you post something and it blends in, or you can't really read it. Make sure it's readable, because people are going to pop on there. They may not ask questions, but they are paying attention to your post. They're going to want to read your actual post. Okay, so she talks about posts, Christiana. She says you don't have to just post about the Thrive products, which is true. She said reference a post for inspiration. You can even use Pinterest. So you don't have to always promote the products, but you can still bring in inspo onto your feed. You could even be holding the products and talk about inspiration. Um, my dogs, if you guys can hear that, I'm so sorry. I don't have kids, but I have dogs that are absolutely psycho. She says you may feel like you're posting the same thing every day, but new followers only see what you've posted in the last 24 hours. That's true. She says people are nosy and they're always watching, which is true. People are always watching your stories, whether you think they're not or not. Especially your potentials. They may ghost you, but they're probably still watching you. So it's super important to still continue to share what you have your hands on, even if it's repetitive. Um, and I wrote, be yourself. They don't buy the products. They buy you. They buy your story. They buy like why you use the products. All of us use the products for different reasons. For me, it's more for energy, and I love our mood support patches because your girl's absolutely crazy half the time, can't deal with a lot of stuff. So the mood support's good for me. But I know a lot of you are on like weight loss journeys. So like people are watching that relate to you. And so if you're continuing to share how you feel and what the products do, um, you're going to be good. You need to paint a picture, like paint a picture for them. You need to impact them. They need to feel something. I need to read. I can't read the test same time. I saw, okay, funny fact, I did see your video and I like watched, I didn't get to watch all of it, but I was like, hold on a second. And then I started watching, I was like, okay, like I thought the same thing. So that brings genuine curiosity to your page. I guess kind of going along with what's going on in the world too is super important. But yeah, that video did, it very much did confuse me. Okay, so I honestly, I think that might be it. And if anyone has any questions, you can feel free to drop them. But this was kind of all over the place because Christina couldn't get on. But I think that's it for me, if there's no questions or anything. Sorry, it was super quick and short. Okay, I'm gonna pop off here. Hope you guys have a great night. Bye.